opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. They start the drive with Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That was actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Right out of the gate.
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Cook up the gut. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen now looks to throw. That is caught. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Buffalo.
Now Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And now fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Allen to throw once more. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On that last carry, he just passed LaDainian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list.
And congratulations to him, and I'm sure LT would probably applaud him as well. But he'd also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like that?
LT, though, finished his career 13-6-84, and now he's soaring past that. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. They'll run it again with Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Buffalo defense. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Hey, 73.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And outbounds right around the 20.
That's another Eagles first down.
King,
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Eagles respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And that is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Diggs in motion right. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
63. Back. Hey, let's go. Trim it.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Eagle defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get into the end zone?
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. There he goes, right side. Saquon Barkley, touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Now, that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Allen. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jordan Davis able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Bills send the punter out. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at the 23. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Here's a give to Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Brought down by Ed Oliver. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Bills' 37-yard line.
Again, it's Barkley. Now he's loose again. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Elliott now to have the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. And
they're able to get this one across the 35. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Bills 1st down.
Diggs going in motion right. Here's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Allen to throw it. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hard to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. 190 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Here now, 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's Hurts to throw. Out route to Hill, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 26 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bills 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Oh, his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance, they're getting off the field.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing is Hurts. And this one's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
A handoff to Barkley. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good.
63.
They go play action with Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Landon Jackson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
180.
Play action. Here's Hurts. On the throw, running too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To the air, Allen. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen going to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Allen and the offense staying put. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A final shot before half for Allen. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. Now Saquon Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 217 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Hurts sets up to throw it. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bills 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
The 26-yard line.
Now Allen. Coleman has it here right side. Down the right sideline. He may go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line.
It's a gain on the play of 66 yards. And the Bills first down. First and goal, Buffalo.
Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Allen to throw once more. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit.
45. Bills 21. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20, this one over 30.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hurts. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Great.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this is just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Allen. Right back to Cook for another completion. Down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 50 yards. And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
48. Bills 27. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Nice footwork at the 25. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. And he's brought down. Can't It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ty Chandler with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Eagles 55, Bills 27. Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Kelly to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
A second down pass. Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
63. Great, set.
Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ty Chandler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Good return up past the 30.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll send the tight end in motion. To throw is Kelly.
the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Kelly.
Now he fires deep for Shakir.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
King, Phil King.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Great, set.
They run it with Chandler.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They end up getting stuck twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do.
There he goes, left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, it may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Now we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Shakir hauls it in.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Hill to return it.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it off.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL. bet, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30.
Here's Chandler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Chandler. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Great. Trimmer.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move to James.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Great. Set.
Hurts going to give this to Shipley.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to